Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my review for WWE NXT UK for April 24th, 2019, and this is episode 40. And we're still in New York for this. This is still kind of going on during WrestleMania Access. And you can definitely see that on this show. The crowd was definitely not that into this show really all that much. They did react, but you could definitely tell, like, there was some matches you could hear a pin drop and nobody reacted. So it was kind of a disappointment. That's kind of what kind of sucks about having, the tapings at a access where people just kind of want to go meet other professional wrestlers and get T-shirts and stuff. So, and also you got to think about it like this too. Like they'll also have sat through like all types of professional wrestling, whether that's not just from WWE but from other wrestling companies in and of itself. Because I believe the tapings took place like after, I think they took place on like a Saturday, I believe. Um, so they had seen, you know, take NXT Takeover New York. They were gonna see, our way to New Japan Supercard later on in the night. Some of them the Hall of Fame. Other of them, others have seen like other professional wrestling shows take place. So crowd was burnt out. You could kind of tell a little bit with Nigel's commentary. He was burnt out because I think the previous night he had just commentated all this time. So I don't think his I shouldn't say his heart wasn't all that into it, but you can definitely see he kind of wasn't really putting forth 100% effort. He's had better times on commentary. Not that he wasn't bad or anything, but you could just definitely see it on this show. So, yeah, that's kind of like one drawback of this show. But yeah, let's get to the commentary team. We had Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph on commentary for this show. We had the first match on the show. It was Ligero versus Cassius Ohno. I thought they had a pretty good match here. Um, is it me or did Cassius Ohno look bigger here though? Maybe it was just me though, because I haven't seen him wrestle in a few weeks. So, but um, Cassius Ohno and Ligero started a chain grapple, and Cassius Ohno just kind of laughs it off since he's so much bigger than Ligero. He just thinks that he can't really stand up to him. Um, Ligero tries to get tries to get the advantage by trying to go on the top turnbuckle and taking him down, but it doesn't work. Like and Cassius Ohno just outpowers Ligero throughout the beginning parts of the matchup. But eventually, Ligero hits a head scissors takeover, sending Cassius Ohno on the outside, and then he goes for um like a cannonball dive right off the apron, but Cassius Ohno actually catches him and throws Ligero head first into the steel steps, which was kind of a cool spot. I've never seen something like that done before. And Cassius Ohno maliciously takes apart Ligero. He hits a ton of big boots on him, and he just really picks him apart. Eventually, Ligero starts to mount a comeback. He hits like 3 running big boots to the head, a springboard splash, but Cassius Ohno kicks out. Cassius Ohno, and then he goes for the sliced bread number 2, but Cassius Ohno tries to counter into a tombstone variation, but Ligero reverses it into a roll up. Cassius Ohno kicks out. Then Ligero hits um, like a head scissors on sending Cassius Ohno on the outside. He hits a flip dive on the outside. Then he hits the sliced bread number 2 on the outside. However, when he gets back into the ring, he goes for his like springboard cutter into the ring, but Cassius Ohno grabs at Ligero's mask and nearly rips it off, allowing him to hit um, the ripcord elbow for the win. And Cassius Ohno gets the victory. It made sense. Cassius Ohno really hasn't had that big of a victory for a while, and I thought it made sense for him to get the victory here. So I was fine with this. And I thought it was a pretty good match. I actually like Cassius Ohno's new gimmick in NXT UK. I think it really fits. So I thought all of this was pretty good. And this is like, one of the best performances Cassius Ohno's had for a while. So yeah, I mean I shouldn't say that. He's had good performances lately. So. And then Jordan Devlin's backstage, and they announced on this show that on the next episode of NXT UK, which I believe is actually no, yeah, which no, it's not this week's. It was last week's. If you're watching this on May 5th, they announced that it's going to be Walter versus Jordan Devlin. So he kind of talked a little bit about that. And Jordan Devlin says that a lot of people would think that he's thrilled that he's finally getting a match with the WWE United Kingdom champion, but he's not thrilled about it because it's a non-title match and everybody wants to have the rematch between Pete Dunne and Walter. But he said that there's not going to be a rematch. He doesn't care what anybody wants, and he said that he's going to absolutely destroy Walter on the next episode, and make himself worthy of a WWE United Kingdom title match. I thought it was a good promo, and I actually can't wait to see Walter versus Jordan Devlin. I think this next episode is going to be the last set of tapings that took place in New York, so there's that. And then The Hunt has a vignette. We're going to see them again at some point. I really like the vignettes. I think they're cool. And then Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel are at Access, and they're looking at like all the fans doing like the superstar, talking about make yourself champion, and they think that this is a joke because back in the old days of professional wrestling, people had to earn the spots to become champions, and now people just buy custom belts and call themselves champions. And he said that the win is sacred, and um, under Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel's ruling, you guys are gonna see that. I really like this. I like this promo, and I really like Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel, so I thought this was good. And then Toni Storm comes out to cut a promo. She talks about how the NXT UK Women's roster is loaded, and she lists off some of the names. And she says that, but then you have Toni Storm, and I'm going to be champion for a long time. I think they did this more for the crowd that were like actually there live. Um, so yeah, but I still thought it was a decent promo, but it was just kind of filler. Um, and then Kaylee Ray interrupts her, and Kaylee Ray wasn't one of the names that Toni Storm brought up, so that's probably clearly going to be your next feud, which I'm actually fine with. I really want to see Kaylee Ray versus Toni Storm. Don't know if Kaylee Ray is going to be the one to take the title from Toni Storm, but I really want to see the match, so yeah. And then we had Kaylee Ray versus Xia Li. It was really just a filler match. I really didn't think it was all that entertaining. Kaylee Ray just dominates for a while. Xia Li hit a really cool Insecurity, but then eventually Kaylee Ray just wins with the Widow's Peak. And yeah, that was it. It really wasn't anything special. And then Piper Niven does a interview as she's like signing autographs at Access. And she talks about Rhea Ripley and says that um, she thinks Rhea Ripley's impressive, but she doesn't like bullies. And now that she's here, Rhea Ripley can't bully her. It's basically the gist of the promo. I think it was good. I like how they're slowly building up to Piper Niven versus Rhea Ripley. I think they're not doing the match right now because I think they want to wait till they get back to the UK to do that match because they know people will be more into it and stuff. So I think it makes sense. So yeah. Then the Grizzled Young Veterans are backstage and they're tossing out some of Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan's win attire, and they said they're not fit to be in New York or the NXT UK roster because they're not, as great champions as they are. So, kind of continuing that feud. I think they're going to have a title match, not in the next episode, but probably when they get back to the UK, which makes sense. Which I'm all down for. I'm actually starting to warm up to the tag team of Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams, actually. And then we had the main event. It was Mustache Mountain versus Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. Mustache Mountain got a great pop when they came out. They got like the biggest reaction of the show, which kind of shows how popular Mustache Mountain is. That even outside the UK, they're popular. Granted, though, they've had more matches outside the UK than all of these other people, or maybe other than Cassius Ohno. So it makes sense that they would get the biggest reactions because they know the crowd knows most of them the most. Um, maybe Mark Andrews. Maybe Mark Andrews has even had more because of his run and impact. Um, but still, this match I thought was really good. I think this match would have been so much better if it had 10 more minutes, but that's just me. Tyler Bate and Mark Andrews start off the match, and they start off chain wrestling each other, and then eventually it leads to Trent Seven and Flash Morgan Webster having an altercation, and Trent Seven tries to take down. No, sorry, Flash Morgan Webster tries to take out Trent Seven 3 times with a shoulder tackle, but it doesn't work. Then Trent Seven hits one himself. He hits a DDT on when Flash Morgan Webster goes to block one of his strikes, and Mustache Mountain, dominate the first half of the match, and then Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews dominate Trent Seven. They get like a hot tag variation on him, which was pretty cool. I liked it. They did the the Hurricanrana into the, assisted, no, the reverse DDT into the assisted, 450, but don't get the win on Trent Seven. And then they both hit double dives on the outside onto Mustache Mountain. Then Tyler Bate gets the hot tag, and he goes off on Morgan and um, Morgan and Andrews. He does the um, what's it called? The airplane spin. And he does the swing at the same time, which was pretty damn cool. And yeah, I just really like that. And Mustache Mountain hit the um, oh, I can't, the half and half suplex, German suplex into the clothesline combination, but they don't get the win. Because it gets broken up by Flash Morgan Webster, who hits a Swanton bomb to break it up, which is really goddamn cool. And then Flash Morgan Webster and um, Mark Andrews nearly get the win when they hit a super kick into a Swanton, but they don't get the win. And Trent Seven hits a really cool flip dive on the outside. And eventually, Mustache Mountain hit the Burning Hammer into the double knees combination for the win onto Mark Andrews. And no, actually it's Flash Morgan Webster, and Trent Seven prevents Mark Andrews from breaking up the pinfall, and Mustache Mountain win, which makes sense. I think they're gonna, I think they should really continue to build them up, because you can do the future Grizzled Young Veterans Mustache Mountain match in the future. So I really hope that that's the direction they go in. And that was pretty much the end of the show. Afterwards, everyone does like a shake of hands to all baby faces. And yeah, I thought this was a really good show. I enjoyed it. I'll give it a B. The main event definitely made it a really good show. I think I would have given the show probably a B minus, but I liked Ligero versus Cassius Ohno. I liked the Grizzled Young Veterans promo. I liked the setup of Kaylee Ray versus Toni Storm. I just really didn't care about that much about a match. I liked the Fabian Aichner and Marcel Bartel's presence on this show. I think the biggest criticism is that the crowd really didn't seem that into it, and I think once they get back to the UK, that problem will be solved. So, yeah, and I shouldn't say that because it's making it sound like that NXT UK outside, if the UK doesn't work. I think it can work. It's just that they have to do it in a better venue. Like doing it at Access really isn't working. I think they just should do it in an arena where more people care about it. Um, so that's just my thoughts. But that's pretty much the end of this video. Like I said, this episode's a B. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for more content and click on the bell. So that way, every time I upload a video, you guys get the notifications for it. And make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and I'm Talking 80 YouTube channels. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.